What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fantasy and Frames Draft Show. Tonight, we are thrilled to welcome Mike Schopp from ADP Chasing from DFS Podcast. And we are here to talk tonight about Bestball tournament strategy. Mike is going to teach us how to all become millionaires when we win Bestball Mania this year. And I hope you guys are ready for that. Buckle up. Here we go. All right, everybody. Again, welcome in Thursday night here, Fantasy and Frames Draft Show. I'm Stacy. She's Erica. He is Kevin, and we have Mike here. Before we get started, I know Kev. I know you wanted to say a couple things for everybody today.
Yeah, we lost a great person who's done a lot of great work in the fantasy community and mental health in terms of the mental health podathon. Anthony Servino passed away yesterday, left behind a wife and a 10-year-old child. Just kind of hug your loved ones. You never know, how long you have with people. He was definitely somebody that worked a lot with mental health and making sure that the awareness for that is out there. Him and Michael Hoff have hosted that podathon for the last at least half decade. So he worked at RotoWire as well. But his contributions certainly outside of fantasy are far more reaching, I would say. It just stinks knowing that we're about the same age. Just entering my 40s now, and it's tough. I'll say that. So, see you down the road, Anthony. It really just kind of a gut punch, certainly.
Yeah. I didn't know. Oh, go ahead, Erica.
I was going to say there's also a GoFundMe that has been posted, so everyone needs to make sure you check that out for him as well and his family.
Maybe we can throw that in the chat if we can get the link to put it in there. So I didn't know Anthony personally, but I just have seen everything on Twitter today and just all the nice memories of him, and it just reminds me like what a great community we have here with the fantasy football. Everybody's just so supportive and so friendly, and just really great to be part of such a good, wonderful, welcoming family.
For sure.
Yeah. All right, guys. So as like I said, like I said earlier, we have got Mike Schopp on with us tonight. You guys know him from ADP Chasing. You know him from the Deep End Podcast. And also, Mike, you do sports radio, WGR 550 every day, right? On weekdays?
I'm on Monday through Friday, 3 to 7 p.m. Eastern every day, and then after Bills games. But after 20 years, my partner and I decided that we didn't want to do the night games anymore. Then the Bills got pretty, and now half their games are at night, so we get half the season off. But yeah, I've been there a long time.
Nice. Well, when I told them that you were coming on this week, somebody told me, they said Mike is the Morgan Freeman of the cold open. They said you just do such a great job, and they are always so excited to tune in and listen to you open a show. And that honestly is one of my favorite things too when listening to you on ADP Chasing and on DFS.
That's so nice. And what I thought I would do to prepare for tonight is bring all my glasses out. So I have those, and then I have the green ones, and I'm preparing for my favorites. And like 2 minutes before we went, I broke them.
Oh no!
So
no.
That happened like just a minute ago.
Oh
so
my god!
Like the J-Lo of wardrobe changes with the glasses.
I mean, look at that. Can you appreciate how tragic that is?
Oh,
that's so upsetting. Those are your favorite ones?
Well, they were until they broke.
That's brutal. That is absolutely brutal. All right, guys. So we are going to be doing a Best Ball Mania draft tonight, in addition to talking all sorts of things about Best Ball tournament strategy. If you want to join in on our draft, just like always, hop on Underdog right now. Get ready. We are doing the 30-second per pick clock because I cannot be stressed out with that 20-second click trying to keep track of everything. It'll not be good if I do the 20-second one. It may not be good anyway, but who knows? So do you guys want to get that started now and then dive into some questions, or do we want to do some questions first? What are you guys feeling? How's the vibe?
I'm up for anything.
Yeah, let's
After
just get
my-
into it and then go from there, I'd say.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and do it. And then that way I won't have to do 100 things at once because God knows I need to focus on one task at hand. All right, guys. So if you are out there, if you're listening, you want to jump into our underdog draft, go ahead, get on there. I am hitting the enter button right now. Confirm. It's fetching our draft.
And Mike, I hope you're not too pilled by having to do a stream with Davis Maddock every week.
I love him so much. I am definitely not. I love my new team. I mean, they're super smart, funny. They're hard workers. Like Davis and Pat and Pete are always on. They're like even today. They're just always working. So I admire
And
them a lot.
Jacob, the Canadian influence.
That's right. I feel like I'm Canadian adjacent, you would say, in fantasy these days. Adjacent is maybe the word of the year. So I have 2 kids, 15 and 13, and they both play for sports teams in Canada. It's right over there, and we are there pretty much every night.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're a Thunder fan tonight because you got SGA, you got Lou Dort for the Canadian team. I mean, Thunder fan all the way then.
Shea was born in Toronto, but he grew up in Hamilton, which is an hour away. So you got to root for that guy, definitely. I mean, who are the Indiana Pacers? Seems like made up.
Agreed. Fake name.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. All right, guys. So it looks like am I seriously the only one in here? We're waiting for 11 people.
Uh-oh.
I've never seen that in my life. What is happening? All right, guys. Well, I mean, if you want to draft with us, there are 11 spots open and available to draft with us. So while we're waiting for that to fill,
one more time, which draft are we doing?
We are doing the Bestball Mania 30-second clock. That is very important. Jump on in there. Something like glitched when I hit it the first time. So there may be some people in a draft that were not necessarily in. So I had to redo it. It may be auto drafting for me somewhere in like the interwebs. I have no idea what's going on, but I am in one right now, ready to go. So hopefully some people will join in, jump in with us. Sean, I think you might be in a different draft, bud. I don't know what happened here with my other one. If you've got 8 people and I have 11 people.
Mine says 5.
Yours says 5? I don't even know what we're doing now. We're all going to be in different drafts. That's totally okay. That's fine.
Planned by Underdog just to improve the ecosystem, get more money in there.
Exactly. Well, you know what? Why don't we, hang on. First off, Mike, since I have you and you are a hockey fan, Vince here has a hockey comment in the question about how he got sad when the Cats lost to the Oilmen. Who you got in the Stanley Cup Finals?
It has to be Edmonton for me just because, except for one reason, because Canada has not won a Stanley Cup in 32 years, which is kind of insane.
Right.
If you had told me somehow back in 1993 that
Canadians,
would be true, Montreal Canadiens against Gretzky and the Kings in 93, it would not have made sense. But that's like a lot of things. If somebody comes to the future and they tell you a thing, you're like, well, why? How are you here? You have all kinds of questions.
Yeah.
I would go for Edmonton, but I don't know. Like the one thing I do like about the idea of Florida winning is I like streaks. I like droughts. I'm sort of the Grinch in that way. Like I wanted the Red Sox to never win because once they win, the story's dead. Right. What happened to all those people that blamed it on ghosts and goats in the Cubs case and all these? Like where did they all go? So if you can beat against the sort of that crowd, the people that think supernatural forces are working against their sports team. I mean, I'll fight that fight every day if I can.
I'm so torn because I'm a Lightning fan and they are my sworn rival, the Panthers. I want nothing more for them to lose. Because the only thing that we as Lightning fans have to taunt the Panther fans with now is that we won 2 cups back to back. And so if they go and do that now, then we have lost all of our, anything that we've got to hold over them. So, but I also don't want the cup to leave Florida because I do love saying that, Florida's a hockey state now. So
turns out.
I know, right? Who'd have thought?
Thanks, Gary Bettman.
I know. Well, okay. So for some reason, I am still waiting for 11 people in here. I'm not sure what to do.
That's not a good sign.
It's not. I don't know if I should leave and maybe join something else. Like,
I think
maybe
me and
for-
Sean are in the same one because I'm still waiting on 3 as well.
Erica, do you want to be able? Can you show your screen instead? Maybe if yours fills before mine.
Take the wheel, Erica. It's game night. It's only
Yeah.
game one. It's only game one.
Yeah, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. So while we're
I'm on my
figuring-
phone though. Like, how do I do it?
Oh, you're on your phone. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, great question. I don't know the answer.
I
to
don't know
that
either.
yet. You were asking the wrong person here with the tech issues. We'll figure something out. But let's go ahead and get started. I want to talk a little bit about the 101. Do you guys feel like there's this debate right now? Is it Chase? Is it Barkley? Have people kind of settled on who is going to be that 101, or are we still kind of? Is it still a little more fluid? Like, Mike, what are you hearing out there in the best ball streets?
I think if you did one draft, I mean, if anybody did, most of them would be on Chase, maybe 80%, maybe more. So many people now look at Underdog, schnauzers and pugs and hound dogs and all this craziness. Like, everybody's got a portfolio now. So if you got the 101 10 times, you might draft Chase 7 times, but you want try to build a Barkley team, maybe a Bijan team or Jefferson. I saw Gibbs go 101 and 1 yesterday. Like, it sort of works like that. I think Chase is hard to argue against as somebody that would have a great year. Although anybody who's played fantasy football in recent years has a sort of a stigma about the 101 because McCaffrey was fine last year at this time, and then he didn't play, and 9 weeks went by, and he was in Germany getting stem cell treatments. And what happened to that? Jefferson's year, going back to Beckham and other guys, Barkley even, you sort of feel a little bit spooked by that. But I think Chase is, probably the consensus choice, but the more you draft, the more you want to be in, sort of try different builds. And also, by the way, on Underdog, Chase for correlation is a dream with Arizona as the Week 17 game. So you can play Harrison, you can play Chase Brown, you can play McBride, Burrow is there, Murray's there later. Like, you have sort of a perfect setup, as long as you're not sort of too obvious. I think that works great.
Yeah, I think it's about just getting different because I have Bijan over Saquon. Like, if I'm going to take a running back as a zero RB bro, I will take Bijan and get like different combinations too, because I know you see a Chase and then the guys that you can get at the 2-3 turn. How often is that duplicated? A lot of times. So you could pull guys up, or you can even pull guys up in the 2-3 turn. Too. You can pull up a McBride or whatever the case may be, to do that. But like pulling up one of those guys, especially at the 101, if you want to pull up a Gibbs, if you want to pull up a Bijan, Jefferson, you could even do Genty if you're really feeling it. But, pulling those guys up is not a bad move too. Differentiate yourself from the field, because, the 101 has its stigma. What is the real difference between a lot of those picks anyway? Like, 101, honestly, through maybe like 105, 106 it's somewhat flat, and it hasn't been like that in a long time.
Right. Lamb, X, McLaurin, wait for Daniels, maybe. Prescott's round 9? Are we going to find out? We're pick 2? 3?
Oh, Stacy, you are in.
It has
We're both?
So this is so wild.
Oh
So
my.
like I'm
We're
on my desktop, and it's not showing under the active drafts. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, hang on. Now it's
You want to
there.
share? You are welcome to share.
Go ahead, leave yours up. I'll get mine started
Okay.
over here.
Erica, is that you at 3?
That's me at 3, yeah.
So we're up.
Oh, mine says 15 seconds left till it
But
starts.
2 picks are in.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
you're on the clock right now.
Oh, then
Oh
nope.
Lord, this is gonna get canceled.
Yeah, because it says draft starts. I can see the timer ticking down.
Yeah.
Reload
So
Just refresh it.
weird.
Yeah. High drama here at the Super Bowl.
Right? Oh goodness gracious.
Okay, well, I'm auto. So, Stacy, if you want to share, you are welcome to share.
I'm gonna share. I'm gonna do that right now. Let's see. So Erica, you took Justin Jefferson.
Apparently.
At the third overall pick, which is probably higher than he has been going. I would venture to guess. We've
Not by
got
much.
no. Where? Let's see. Bijan went right after that. I like that. All right, I'm gonna quit talking. Kev, do you want to take the wheel for a second while we figure, while all of us get our tech situations sorted out over here?
I mean, you said what was I mean, it was Chase, Barkley. I mean, that's That's the ADP though. Like
There we go.
Jefferson is 103, Bijan's
Yeah.
104. Like it's pretty chalk up there. But yeah, I mean, the thing, Mike, with running backs, like we've had great health with the running backs last season. We had poor health, you'd say, kind of across the board with the wide receivers. So getting those running backs pushed up, especially in the first round, like is that concerning to you? Like, I mean, I don't know how ideological you are in terms of, drafting in the first round, but, what is your kind of take on the health and then how that's going to play out for drafts this year, knowing what we had last year?
Last year was so terrible that you wanted this year to be an overreaction to that. But I think everybody is too sophisticated to sort of know that, and it hasn't really manifested. So, like the year that Derrick Henry had, you might have thought this year he'd already be gone in a draft like this, but it's really not happening. He's early second. Barkley, I mean, that was 2,000 yards. He's on a perfect team. What if he gets the touchdowns? It could even go up from there. It really has not been, there has not been, it seems, and I hear people say this, so much of a reaction to what happened last year to make those of us who want to play the wide receiver game really benefit. I do think, one question that was on the rundown was like, what have I learned from ADP chasing? Mm-hmm. And one thing is like Pat Carane talking about, like, I still want that receiver in round one most of the time. Mm-hmm. He'll diversify. He'll draft 1,000 teams, of course, but I have subscribed to that as much as I like Genty or even McCaffrey. I love drafting at like 8, 9, 10 because then I can get 2 receivers and I think I can have a night. But that's not going to be us. Which team am I on? 2 or 3? Both.
Whichever. Yeah, you can. Yeah, please help both of us. Over here, I think I'm kind of the same way. Like I'm gonna take that wide receiver 9 times out of 10. I mean, unless like in this situation, like Chase is gone. I do love a Barkley right there at 2 just to, get a little bit of Barkley. But I think for the most part, I'm a wide receiver girl in the first round.
If I had a choice, I would have taken Lamb over Jefferson.
All right.
Okay.
But I didn't have a choice.
It's hard to bet against Planet Earth's best wide receiver, Justin Jefferson, even with JJ McCarthy there. But
it is.
I get it, and getting Amon-Ra St. Brown and Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers, I will pull up in the first round every time I have a pick after 105, 106. That's just my thing. But being able to get him at 205 is just beautiful. I think it was Pat Carane who said he's just another Amon-Ra that happens to have tight end eligibility, and that's pretty much the perfect way to say it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I still can't get over this start right here with these. Let's see, what 6? Yeah, 6 wide receivers right here in a row, and it just pushed everybody down. With Genty and then the McCaffrey build right there. That's crazy.
I'm gonna just make suggestions blind to prepare for the bare knuckle, and my pick right here would be Rashee Rice.
Yep.
Ooh.
He'll go up. I mean, his ADP is like 28 or 26 even maybe by now, but he'll go up.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you on Rashee. Like, I think he's the most undervalued of like those elite-ish wide receivers, especially in the second round when you've got that glut of the guys in the first round, and then you're talking from Drake London, AJ Brown on, you've got a good group of the T. Higgins, McConkey, Brown, and Rice should absolutely be in that. And you can make cases for Garrett Wilson, you can make a case for McLaurin, but for me, I'd probably take Rice over them. And I think Adams honestly should be in that category, knowing how McVay schemes his players open, and knowing that it's going to be a pretty condensed offense with him and Puka Nacua. I fail to see how he aside from injury, how he fails in Los Angeles.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, I broke my glasses. Cannot believe it.
Again, like further?
No, just the frame is broken.
And there's like nothing those are, you can't fix that.
I don't think I can.
No.
My father's a goldsmith. Maybe he has some epoxy can help there. But imagine walking around with like a big glob of brown glue on
yeah.
those. Oh.
Do you know where you got them? Can you like go back to the same place? Can you have?
I do, but they own me. I mean, I'm not going to get a deal there, I'm pretty sure.
Oh man. Well, thanks to everybody who's hanging out in the chat with us, drafting with us, except for Team 1, Jim Bednar, for taking Terry McLaurin. Because I know for a fact that you don't like Terry McLaurin, and you know that I do, and I know exactly why that move was made.
Wait, we're not saying hello to Vince either, because he's a Pacers fan. So we're enemies tonight.
That's right.
So we are teams 2 and 3, and you know Team 1.
I do know. So Team 1 is who I typically do my high stakes drafts with. So I didn't know Jim was jumping in best ball tonight. So this is going to be us sniping each other back and forth pretty much all night, probably.
Great.
And and aces, I think, is Sean, your aces, is in there. And then I don't think I know anybody else.
I don't.
Do you guys recognize anyone else's names?
Unless VV Stone is Vince.
Yeah, I think that's who. I think Vince is VV Stone, yeah.
That makes sense.
All right. Oh, well, Josh Allen just goes off the board there, Mike. So, your boy just got married this weekend.
My boy.
Right.
Yes.
I will never forget. I remember Krautwurst, I think, referenced him as his son one time, and that always just makes me giggle every time that I see Josh Allen.
Yes. That is something Adam would say. The Bills are more of a work thing for me. I mean, they were my obsession into my 20s, but then once I got into a role where I was like talking about them, like I had a friend tell me, you'll never need a football player for a friend. And then the Bills thing sort of changed. I mean, I definitely don't root against them. When it comes to the Bills, I root for my friends and my family and the city that has never had a championship yet. So that's easy to root for, but I'm definitely not somebody who would call Allen by his first name.
Just refer to him as Josh.
I don't know him, so I would not. Do you know if there's someone you know you didn't know? Would you ever use their first name to describe them, like an actor or somebody that you like?
Mr. Allen.
No, he's Mr. Haley
Allen.
Steinfeld.
That's true. He is Mr. Steinfeld now.
That's fine.
100%.
That's fine.
So we're seeing some of these rookies starting to come off the board, obviously beyond Genty going in the first. We've got Amari and Hampton here, in the 4th round. Followed up, we got Ted McMillan as well, going there to Team 8. How are we kind of looking at this rookie class and like the way that they are kind of shifting that ADP? And are there any names that we are specifically targeting early on in drafts or ones that we're just kind of fading? What do you guys think about the rookies right now?
I think you can't go wrong drafting rookies in this tournament. And I think, if you want to break even, you can draft all the veterans. If you want to win, which means you'll probably lose big if you invest heavily. But to have a chance to win, I think you need to have that late season upside. Last year was a year where there were so many bad teams that I think that sort of lays out a scenario where late season rookies are live. That's a few teams that we'll get to in the course of the night, probably. For me, there's a rookie that I would take here for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's the key is to, hit, like we've seen, Jamar Chase was a 4th round pick. Justin Jefferson was an 8th or 9th round pick. Garrett Wilson was a 10th round pick when they were rookies. Like being able to hit on Brian Thomas was a 7th round pick last season. Being able to hit on like a lot of those guys. But there's not like real slam dunk, other than Genty, obviously a running back who's, that dude's locked in for at least 250 carries. And that's like the extreme low end of what he'll probably get. Like Ted McMillan, I like Ted McMillan in terms of like the player style, but there's downside risk with Bryce Young. And what if that offense doesn't operate like they did in the second half of last season? Travis Hunter would, how often is he going to play on defense, and how many routes is he going to run? I think it's a very important question. And then you've got, some of the other guys,
Kittle,
filter through.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry, Kevin.
Yeah.
Just wanted to
throw that out there.
We're all right together, bunched together. 1, 2, 3.
Yes. So I want to ask you guys about Travis Hunter, because this is my first Travis Hunter share that I have taken, and I'm just kind of curious. Do we really think that he's going to play enough on defense to really hurt his value for us with his fantasy production? I mean, unless you're playing in an IDP, and we're not talking about that tonight. So just strictly offensive.
It could happen, but the bet. I mean, I loved him in that 4 or 5 turn range.
Mm-hmm.
The bet is he was arguably the best college football player in history. And you have a coach that traded up for him that, it wasn't cheap. It was an insane trade that, has a lineage of paying off for wide receivers and offenses. So I got to think they're at least pretty heavily invested in Hunter's offensive upside. I think he'll play some defense, but it sounds like from what they've said, they want to play it out at receiver, which I think is great. McMillan and Hunter, I think, were both great values in this draft.
Yeah.
So congrats, Stacey.
Thank you. I couldn't believe he was still there. And that's what I thought. I was like, I don't have any of him. And I was really worried Erica was going to steal Jalen Hurts from me, because I couldn't believe that he had lasted that long just yet. And so I was glad to get him. But yeah, with the Travis Hunter thing, I just keep thinking, like, it takes so much, to go into the NFL as a rookie, to be successful, to learn your position, and then to add on a whole nother position on the other side of the ball as well. And it just seems to me that would almost be, mismanagement of him as a rookie to kind of have him in that situation. Because what if he's not that, not that great, but like, what if he struggles a little bit, on both sides of the ball? Then is he being overwhelmed with that kind of thing? It just kind of like vibes things for me that make me think that he's going to be more on the offense until he gets his feet under him, until, everything kind of gets, comfortable there being an NFL professional player, and then maybe they let him do the, the Shohei thing and switch it up and, play on defense a little bit and have some special, plays just for him. But I just can't imagine that they're going to go in and let him, do equal time on both sides. That just seems wild to me.
Yeah, I'm just a little worried with, because at the outset, I feel like they're not going to want to put a lot on his plate to begin with, to have to do that. That could be something where he ramps up in the second half of the season, where maybe he's playing 70% of routes, and that'd be great for, anybody drafting him. I mean, you got him almost a full round after ADP. Like his median projection for me feels very Marvin Mims-ish, where you have to be incredibly efficient with the routes you do get to be successful. And can he do that? Absolutely. And the investment matches that. So, if he can get to the 75%, and right now he's the wide receiver too. I mean, you've got De'Ami Brown there, sure, but none of those guys, Hunter's going to be playing clearly above that. He's going to get scheme stuff. He's going to get design touches too. That's only going to help. So
yeah, I think De'Ami Brown's just, there specifically to be their way down the field guy like he was in Washington, last year.
He's not gonna. He doesn't
he's
earn.
Not going to
target,
factor in, to those two at all. I don't think. Erica's on deck.
Erica, you're the captain. What's the score?
We're up by 10. It's a commercial right now, so yeah, Thunder up by 10 right now.
Who's your favorite rookie receiver in this spot?
This spot.
Ooh.
Pick your favorite rookie receiver. I say. That's my polite suggestion. It sounded like more of a directive. Sorry.
Don't do the top one at ADP.
I hope she doesn't take who I want to take here.
Come on, watch what happens if you do it.
I'm gonna
Oh,
Damn it.
That was who I
Sorry,
wanted.
I
you
knew
to
it. I
pick.
knew it.
That's
I know
who
that's
I
who I
wanted to
wanted to
pick.
pick. I didn't like any of the rookies here. Maybe around the turn, but
okay.
Oh, all right. We'll see on the turn. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Old Faithful here that I just can't quit.
Laporta Potty.
Of course. Can't
We
stop.
knew. We
that.
knew. This is bad us
like,
being back to back.
I don't like being against Stacy. She invited me. So Erica, again, not that you definitely need or even want my advice. Pick your favorite rookie receiver right here.
Oh.
There's two. You get either one. One has correlation. One has team correlation. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Is there someone I missed? I'm not looking at the player
I'm
pool.
checking out right now. Let's see who's still
Erica.
there.
We've been friends for so long.
I know, and now I'm
Ooh,
scared.
there's
I'm gonna pick wrong.
there's a homer
Oh
pick
no,
that you
I'm
can
gonna
take
pick
right now.
wrong. Pick expired. God damn
That's
it.
not bad.
That was
I
an
haven't-
accident.
That's
Again,
okay. I have an RJ Harvey question for you guys though. Now that Dobbins has not signed yet, he's just visiting Denver. We haven't seen any news about him signing, right? Nothing
No.
happened today?
He's
He
just
will.
checking it out.
He's just teasing us right now. He's making us sweat. Those of us
Only
that have
news
RJ
today is
Harvey.
Aaron Rodgers.
That's I mean, come on now. That's always the news. Do we I don't know. I keep seeing so many different narratives on what this means if Dobbins does sign with Denver. One thing I wish I could remember who, posted, but it was about maybe it just says more about the lower guys that they have on the depth chart. What does this say about Harvey? What does this say about McLaughlin? Does this, if he does sign there, can you really feel comfortable taking any of these guys? Thoughts, Mike?
I like Harvey fine. I mean, it's third downs. Maybe they'll sign Dobbins, but it's an early draft capital Sean Payton investment on a good team. Okay.
Yeah.
That's here was late fourth, and that's early. A little bit maybe for him for now anyway. So I think it's fine. I'm definitely not out on him. That even puts it mildly.
Yeah, look, I trust Sean Payton to manage a backfield, and he hasn't had the best group of guys. He's had a post-injury Javonte Williams, undrafted free agent Jaleel McLaughlin, Audric Estime. Now he gets some draft capital, gets RJ Harvey, a guy that he clearly likes, who can be the kind of the Pierre Thomas and kind of handle most everything. Those guys are always going to factor in terms of McLaughlin and Estime. He loves to rotate, but I think by and large, once we start getting into week 7, week 8, and we start to see RJ Harvey take 60 plus % of the running back carries, we'll be very happy.
Well, I want to talk about running backs. I want to stay kind of on that topic. I know that's Kevin's favorite topic to talk about is running backs.
Clearly.
He loves them so much. But they just had a really good year last year, less injuries than usual. Kevin, this is not for you. This is for Mike. Do we feel like that true zero RB strategy is still going to be alive in 2025? Do we feel like it's shifted elsewhere? Yeah?
No, I think people still love that. I feel like the people who've spent the most time studying this stuff still love it, and they expect to lose, and they lost last year, and so they're right back in. I feel like that's one reason why the market hasn't overcorrected. Erica, are there not two appealing rookie wide receivers still on the board? 2 rounds? Am I missing something weird about this draft? Kevin, am I missing something?
No, one's a homer pick for her too. It's a homer pick for you, Erica.
Okay, but he is top of my list.
Good.
And that's who I was going for last round, but that's fine.
And then big tech intervened, and you got sniped. We were watching the basketball game.
For real.
Oh, come on. Either one. I still love both.
Do it. Oh, there we go.
Welcome to the squad.
Let's see what I'm
There you
going
go.
Yes.
So did I answer the question?
Yeah.
I think Denver.
Denver.
Yeah. It's a good team. And that was the RJ Harvey question. So
Yeah. So there we go. I just want to make my pick real quick. Before I got off track. Yeah, it's just like 0 RB because that's what I'm just thinking. Like, right? Like they were so like everybody who got hurt last year for the most part, right? Was like those like your bigger wide receivers, right? Like the running backs I felt like had kind of a reprieve from like the usual just injury, like onslaught that they normally face. So, just kind of thinking about that, but like
love that pick.
Yep.
I'm just all in on rookies,
Emeka,
I guess.
I do love Emeka so much. He's probably one of my favorite, but I'm really getting to be a big Trey Harris fan right now. And I think I must follow the Chargers on X because I love their social media, but I've just been getting like inundated with all the Trey Harris, Lad McConkey videos from training camp right now.
It's not the hardest bet to make against Quentin Johnson. It's really not.
Oh, well, for sure. For sure.
Is our team Erica? Is our team 0360?
What do you mean?
The build, no
By
quarterback,
position?
no tight end.
Mm-hmm.
We are, right?
Yep.
Oh, baby. Look at this. Kevin, come on. You want a piece of this? Like are we all, is there equity involved here? Like I love this so far. I wanted to draft Burden and Ibuka at 6'7". We got him an 8'9".
Right.
So I don't do many of these best ball mania drafts ever. I still had money in it from last season. So
that is a very
I'm
not so humble brag right there.
pretty new to this
Way to do
format
it.
still.
What
It's
you're
all
saying is
vibes.
you have a life.
It's all vibes.
No, but see, this is good though. This is, like I haven't done nearly as many of these as I did last year by this point in the season.
Let's get this thing home.
Yeah. Let's do it. So
This
we're
is
in
how
round
you.
9.
This is how you. We're halfway through. This is how you want to be right now. I think.
Yep.
And
Speaking
then we
of
could go-
halfway,
Yes. Let me guess,
halftime,
Sorry.
57-45. OKC. Sorry.
That's okay. That's
fine.
okay. So here's what I kind of want to know, like
Sure.
as far as builds go, because we were just talking about kind of Erica's build. Like which of them, we've got hero RB, 0 RB, elite tight end. You've got some people that do a 3 quarterback build and 3 and 4 tight ends. Like is there one that we feel like gives a little bit more flexibility and a little bit more reliable with that and with value that we've been
Yes.
seeing so far?
This one
Yeah.
is the one where flexibility, quarterbacks and tight ends are prolific from here to the end. Would have loved Mayfield. Sometimes they fall. You never know.
Yeah.
I'll want to make sure I know who we have on this team. I've not been writing it down, but this kind of build is the one where you are open to all kinds of different. I mean, we're still in early June. I mean, a quarterback that we all were in love with a year and a half ago went down today in Richardson. Rodgers signed. There's still so much
Yep.
flux that's going to happen. This, I think, is the one. If you get the rookies right and the depth chart deep divers right from here, you can go far.
Yeah. There's a quarterback I'm eyeing that's actually he did
I
go.
know.
Just kidding. He
Fields?
just
Oh.
went.
Yeah. There's a couple that I just threw into my queue.
Here they come. Here they come.
Yeah.
It was May, actually.
Okay. Yeah. 4 in a row.
Got a run going now.
That's the thing. People get spooked and then just feel they have to take them.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I have to because I don't have one.
Don't give in to the peer
Oh.
pressure. Don't give in, Erica.
Who's the best tight end left? Warren?
Right now, Loveland.
Loveland?
And Warren both.
Loveland.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Loveland.
Yeah, I like that better.
All homer
Here we
picks.
go.
You
All right.
can blame it on me. I'm not a Bears fan.
Or-
Do I have a Bears helmet up? I do. I am
Perfect.
tonight.
Bears fan.
God, I am tonight.
there we go.
Okay. I have a quarterback idea, but I'm not sure it correlates. And Stacy would never.
I would I probably wouldn't right now, although I'm kind of regretting that Herbert pick. I think I could have done a little bit better, I think.
See, I have a QB in my queue that
Yeah,
does
that
correlate.
probably-
Okay.
I've got JJ McCarthy.
Fine.
Yeah.
I like Lawrence too.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'd probably be Lawrence
Over
for
JJ.
me. You might be able to get JJ on the way back. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's probably not a great shot, but I think there's still a decent shot you could. As I say that, I'll probably get picked the next 3 picks.
Now
We
that you
don't have any Jacksonville, stack options yet, so we'll have to figure that out. But I think it's doable to do that.
Yeah, because there's still out. I mean, there's still Jags out there too. So.
Mm-hmm. So we're 1-3-6-1. Stacy, what was your next question? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm a host at heart. I'm sorry.
No, I know. No, this is great. This is what I wanted. I wanted like a big,
No
nice,
way.
fluid conversation. Oh, Kyle Williams. Well, I got thrown by the Jack Besh pick, and I was wondering, like, is that a little early, the 11th for him? I feel like he's going up since the last time I did one of these.
He would love that.
Yeah. Him. I like Kyle Williams there too. I like both of those are two of my like later rookie wide receivers that I'm really interested in this year. And I like what Vince did there pairing him with Drake May.
So Erica's receivers are Jefferson, Rice, Jennings, Jameson Williams, Burden, Ibuka.
Yeah.
That's
That's
pretty
nice.
solid.
One more at the most. So not in the next 4 rounds, I think. Need a quarterback 2, need a tight end 2 or 3. Are we having any fun?
This is so fun. I love doing these. I mean, I just like get that itch, to do a draft. And I love so much that you can jump on here immediately, like whenever the mood strikes.
Yep.
And
It's also more fun when I have help because, again, I don't do a lot of these Best Ball Manias. So I don't do the whole correlation. I don't really know, week 17, playoff things that you guys know. I don't do a whole lot of that.
Well, it's halftime, so here's your chance to catch up.
True.
Yeah. I think
We'll be in Buffalo. We'll be hosting Philadelphia December 28th. If you guys are free, it'll be cold.
Yeah, that sounds great. I would love to come and be frozen. I remember, Mike, last year, I don't remember exactly which game because I'm sure there was more than one Bills game where it was absolutely like the snowpocalypse. And Krautwurst went and I was jokingly sent him a text and was like, haha, are you at the game? And he literally was there, sent me back a message like his glasses were all fogged up. Like,
is that the Niners game?
San Francisco, Sunday night, December 1st.
I almost went to that game because I came home to visit and was driving through and almost went to that game.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh gosh. What?
I think this is usually, Erica, a good running back round.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what your board looks like or your rankings, but I think like Trey Benson. He went, 127. Scadaboo would have been long gone, 111.
Can we put a pin in Scadaboo and come back to that in just a second?
Sure.
Okay.
We've got like Tajay Spears at the top, Ray Davis, Blue, Tyler Algier, Rashad White, Ford, Dowdle, McLaughlin.
I like them all.
I'd be good with Rashad White because we've got
rookies
the running back to kind of give you a little floor.
All right, I'm going to need you guys to lock it up, okay?
Yep.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. Because it was so funny, Kevin, right when you said Rashad White. I just put him in my queue. But you can do that. It's okay, Eric. I won't be mad.
McCarthy, why not?
Yeah.
Okay, it froze.
Who's the captain now? Who's the captain
cool.
now?
Yeah.
Cool.
I love it. All right, well, I'm going to take Rashad White then.
Fine. Okay, I got to get out and go back in.
Uh-oh. Are we stuck?
Take a look.
I was stuck.
So, are you stuck? Because
I got stuck. Yeah.
Okay.
So
just refresh real quick.
Yeah. Okay. I'm one pick away. You're on the clock.
Number 2 tight ends now. I guess that's what we're doing. Yeah, I am on the clock. I know. I don't love this right now.
Jacksonville, Minnesota.
Oh gosh.
Detroit. No. Indianapolis. Went. Downs went. Warren went.
I don't love that, but
Downs is gone, right? Of course.
I believe
Yeah.
so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How
So we've got
There is a
Tank Big
tight end
Steve.
out there. That
Go
could
ahead, Kevin.
really-
Strange.
It'd be strange.
Yeah.
Algier.
That wouldn't be bad either.
I liked Strange. It just didn't work with what I was doing.
Erica, it's on you.
At least get you the Jaguar. Either way, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Vince, here you go. I think Vince got the ick just like I did with Scatabo. Did you guys happen to catch him on that podcast with Amon-Ra St. Brown recently?
Mm-hmm.
I did not.
Where
I
he
saw
didn't know
this-
any of the players.
Yeah. So Amon-Ra is showing him basically pictures of all these like Megatron, Brett Favre. The only one he got was Baker Mayfield. And it was probably one of the most cringy things that I've ever watched because Amon-Ra is just looking at him with just this face of like just disgust.
Why did they do it?
I can't believe. I don't know why I didn't watch the entirety of the podcast. I just watched that one clip that I saw online.
Wow.
But it was wild.
It
Does
was
he
bad.
not watch football or something?
That's
Like,
what they were kind of like. How do you not know who these guys are? It
And
was
some were
crazy.
like deep cuts. Like, I mean, some you wouldn't have got, but
I
you know.
expect if you are playing, you are an NFL professional, you should know like
Agreed.
who those guys are.
Erica, so will you run down our team? I mean, for the audio listeners, at least, will you run down?
Yes.
So we're Lawrence McCarthy. Who else?
So at running back, we got Bucky Irving, RJ Harvey, Travion Henderson, Tyler Algier. Receivers, Justin Jefferson, Rashi Rice, Jamison Williams, Jawan Jennings. We're into the double letters. Luther Burden, Emeka Ibuka. And then tight end, we got Loveland.
Kevin, I kind of think like the tight ends at the end of these drafts are just sitting there. I mean, not forever necessarily, but even with like, look at the 13th round, 5 tight ends. It still feels like there should be good choices.
Yeah, like we've been searching for like depth at tight end for the last 5 years or so, and we'd always wished there were guys like after the 10th round, like even like 4 or 5 years ago, and there never was. And now we've got like a treasure trove of guys that are like decent parts of their offense that are going to be getting routes, that are going to be well involved in their offenses. Like there's a couple guys I can't even mention right now that are going to run 85-90% of their team's routes that are like totally fine picks here. Like
I know one I would take right here. But
yeah, there's two, honestly. Well, one well over the other, but yeah.
Erica, you ready?
Not yet, no.
Sorry,
I'm ready to be told what to do.
I mean, Strange went, but we're okay.
Oh, we're more than okay.
So who would you take here?
I would take Henry.
Yeah,
That's such
It's
Hunter
between
Henry.
him or Muth. Yeah.
I'd probably go Henry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a I love Hunter
Even with
Henry.
Aaron Rodgers there now?
Oh, baby, he's in New England.
Well, that's what. No, I'm saying it was between him and Muth.
Oh, Muth. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
didn't catch that.
Yeah.
I'm not tracking bye weeks, so hopefully our first tight end doesn't have week 14 bye week. Not tracking that.
I've been trying
Nope, we're
to pay
good.
attention.
5 and 14.
Good. Oh, perfect.
Oof.
Pat Bryant, Roshan.
Is there somebody left on the board, do you think, that has fallen way too far and that there's still, like is a really great value that's left here
Yes.
in round 15?
At tight end, actually. There's another
tight
tight
end.
end. Yeah.
Go
See,
ahead.
I've got 14 seconds left, but I've got Goddard and Laporta. I don't really want to do necessarily a
That's
third
right.
tight
That's
end.
right. You don't. That's right. You don't.
No. Somebody's about to get taken that I'm probably not going to be happy about, but that's okay.
I'll say he just got paid. His quarterback will not stop talking about him in the group with his wide receivers, Mike Gesicki.
Oh, Mike
Well, I think it's
Gesicki's
absolutely undervalued by the entire field.
So how do we feel about Tank Bigsby?
I would take Gesicki instead.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
I don't think probably the third string running back there is that necessary. I don't think he's bad.
Just don't think he's that good either. Like he had a couple like long runs but he doesn't catch passes. Like his value is like very narrow in terms of what you get from him if you get like above his media projection.
Yeah.
Which is it's basically touchdown based.
Yeah, we'll see what they do there. I mean, I want to think that Tootin is going to have a chance at 1A. ETN is still, he's paid, he's relevant, he's not bad. And then I don't know where that leaves Bigsby.
I still wonder if there's, because we always get transactions, you get a couple. ETN is a non-zero chance of possibly not being on the Jaguars when week 1 rolls around. So,
Yep.
I mean, I think it's really going to depend on how they feel about Tootin too. I think that's going to be the biggest part of it. Is if he's gangbusters in the preseason or in training camp and people can't stop talking about him, that's not going to be, you'll see ETN drop. I mean, you'll see him drop like a rock.
I would say that in this tournament, to win the whole thing, and if we do, there'll be lawsuits, right? I mean, whose team is whose, and Stacy couldn't get in, and then Erica's watching basketball, and then we're talking. But you want if Bashal Tootin is a 0 through 10 weeks, that's fine. I mean, hopefully you have enough running back cushion, and then you want him late, and then you want a Colt, ideally, but he's somebody that could be a winner late in the season. If Jacksonville is bad, which they almost always are, then you put the running back in. I don't think that's what's going to happen with Tootin. I think he's going to play a lot, but I think that's the worst case is that they have a season and it's bad. ETN is not going to kill it. Bigsby is not going to do that either. They're going to throw the ball a lot, and then Tootin works in. I feel like his upside is way higher than that, but I mean, I love drafting him. We didn't get him though, like Stacy did maybe, or someone else.
I think Jim did at the one hole.
Hang on, let me roll back up here. Right, seriously.
Come on with this guy.
Right, come on, Jim, get it together. He took him in the 11th round here.
Took Ray Davis too. Mike, what's your boots on the ground? What's your whole read on the Buffalo James Cook stuff? Like, are you drafting him? Like, what's your read on that whole situation?
I've never liked drafting Cook. I still don't. Even if he is 4th round, he had 18 touchdowns last year. He's holding out publicly. Next week is mandatory minicamp. I think you can't do that and then show up for minicamp in June. So I'm guessing he won't show up next week. Then my prediction would be some compromise is reached in July. The Bills are really good at getting that kind of stuff done. If not, and if Cook wants to keep, pushing it off, and his brother did a lot of this, Dalvin Cook, in his day, then it could get weird. But I doubt that happens. I think Occam's razor, likeliest scenario is Cook skips next week, and they sign him to a 3-year, almost like the Bateman contract today, even though that's not a running back, where it's like 3 for 30 something, 20 guaranteed, and then he's in. So I'm not boosting Davis. I like Davis, but I'm not boosting him because of the Cook stuff.
Yeah, that's always been kind of a murky situation, like just because Cook has not felt like a real fun click to make, especially, in the 4th round. But like I'll gobble up Ray Davis and even take like 18th round, 17th round Ty Johnson dart throws too.
Sure. Yep.
All right, I want to do just a couple because we're coming up on the end. We're finishing up round 16. There's only 18 rounds. So real quick, I want to talk about week 17 correlation. In other tournaments like this, BBM, other big ones, that's really emphasized. So I'm just kind of wondering, like, do you guys like how much stress do you put on, correlating those week 17s or even just like the 15, 16 leading up to 17? Like, how important do you think that is in building your teams in these big tournaments?
I think it's almost, well, the line is it's all that matters. I think
Mhm.
it's pretty much all that matters. Like you're only playing if you're trying to make money at fantasy football, you're not playing in this. You're playing in home leagues, you're playing in just sort of like plus EV stuff where you can feel like just like poker, you're getting your money in, trying to get it out on top. This is more of the lottery ticket. So I think week 17 is most of it. So correlation is big. Weeks 15 and 16, you have to win those weeks too. And I'm hoping that Erica has De'Ami Brown on her queue because that's what we need for Jacksonville with Trevor Lawrence. Week 17.
Well, now
It's got a
Stacy's gonna
correlation,
snipe
but-
me from it.
I'm not. I've taken so
No,
many
she
wide
wouldn't.
receivers. I need to stack up on some running backs over here.
Come on, Erica, you got it, right?
He was actually already on my queue.
Let's go.
Boom.
Them
gonna
and
take
him and
some
my favorite player. I'm just gonna take in round 18.
Who's that? You can't say? Type it in the private chat. I want to know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
private chat. Let's put it in.
I mean, if you watch any of our shows, you're gonna know. Any
Yep.
of our shows.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Y'all know. Y'all know.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. There goes Aaron Rodgers.
Kevin, can we talk about Daniel Jones?
Do we have to? Yeah.
I mean,
yes. I mean, yeah. well, He's relevant now.
he is
Not that he wasn't before, but
he's never drafted. He runs. He's in a Jonathan Taylor, Pittman Downs offense. And we already knew the Richardson thing was, a fake. And now he's hurt. He never gets drafted. Like, I can't resist. Well, did I just ruin it? But
Sean's
Sean's in
definitely
he's in
listening.
the chat. He knows.
Daniel
Yeah.
Jones has to be drafted in every draft.
yeah.
What happened with
agree.
Anthony Richardson? Because I didn't catch that today.
It's
I
a
was not
shoulder
on my
injury
radar.
that's the same one he had 2 years ago. There's already questions about
Ah.
toughness, the famous thing where he begged off the field.
Mhm.
And like it just feels like it's over.
Man.
Terrible. Really sad.
And if you're bullish to some degree in the passing game, Pittman, Downs, Tyler Warren, you want Daniel Jones on the field. You want him to be the quarterback. So that was like the best case scenario of if he's the starter, before we got the shoulder injury, if you had any of those guys that are rooting for Daniel Jones to be the week 1 starter. And now it looks like that's kind of the path that's going to be happening here. So that's like great for at least the Tyler Warren stuff, because I've famously been hands off of Tyler Warren. But I think that kind of puts him into some relevancy there. And then obviously Downs and Pittman. Pittman, very underrated, because I've not been a Pittman guy the last couple years. I think he's been overpriced, but probably gone too far the other way now. Especially he had a back injury last season and played through it and kind of murky there. But yeah, I mean, Daniel Jones, he should be drafted in every single draft. I mean, and certainly now with the shoulder news for Richardson.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I even think like before, with the Richardson news, like, I mean, there's something to be said about him being like a professional quarterback. He's played the position there, for a long time, kind of knows what's expected, knows what to do, knows how to get the job done. So that's sad about Anthony Richardson, though. That's really
I
sad.
know it's terrible. Like what a sad story.
Yeah.
He's tracking to be like an all-time bust on the Lance level, but maybe worse. Erica, how are we looking? I can't see those last picks, but looks like a lot of green. Did your guy go?
Let me see if I can move us
Not yet.
over to the side. There we go. That's
There
a
we
little better.
go.
That's better.
Would it be fair? I was going to say, would it be fair to say Anthony Richardson is the Trey Lance of Jamarcus Russell?
I will check back with you on that. I'm not sure I know how to compute that. I don't speak that, but maybe it is. Miles Sanders is a good pick. I like 2 receivers here, but Erica likes hers.
I have a receiver here that correlates pretty well.
Right.
played way too much last season, but was actually really good.
I have 2 rookies, so it's not the
How do you
same.
guys feel about? So right now I'm working with 2672. How do you guys feel? I'm thinking about doing another running back, but I could be talked into a wide receiver here.
How high were your running backs taken? What
So
rounds?
right now they are at, well, they should have gone already.
No.
Well,
I
one of
mean,
each.
like, how high did you like second round,
Oh
third
my guys.
round?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. So I took Barkley, and then the rest are kind of Pacheco, Charbonnet, Rashad White, Marshawn Lloyd, Kareem Hunt. So
I'd probably
I
take
got
another
some,
running back then.
yeah, I got some olds in here, for sure.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I got to go, my guy.
That's
All
okay.
important.
I think
I was actually gonna bang the drum for Alec Pierce.
Oh, he's still not picked?
Alec Pierce is gone.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Sean took
Okay.
Should be.
him back in the 13th with
Oh my God.
Downs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's way before ADP. Okay.
I liked
Oh, yeah.
Felton and Tesla, Minnesota, Detroit.
Yep.
I don't think we have any Detroit.
Felton's already getting some buzz.
Yeah.
I do like that. And he was a fourth round pick. Like, it's not capital to completely shake off. No, I mean,
Time to jump back in.
Yeah.
All right. I think we are done. You know, it never shows that last pick.
No, it doesn't.
So I think
So
we're good.
weird.
That is such an odd little quirk that it doesn't do that. All right, guys. Erica, how do you feel about your team?
Well, I had a lot of help on this one. So
Our team, yes.
Our
Yeah.
team, if
Our
this
collective
wins,
team.
yeah.
If
Yeah,
it
Who gets
wins,
the extra cent? If it's $1 million, does Erica get the 0.34? We
I will
get
see.
0.33, 0.3.
because I put the initial
Quarters.
money in, yes.
Oh, well,
she's
This
getting her
is legally
$25
binding
back.
too.
Yeah,
send me your
absolutely.
Venmo.
I just want
Yeah.
that on the record.
We're gonna have to write up a contract or something here.
Yeah, we're not gonna take invoices like Liam Murphy.
No. Erica, what was your favorite pick of your guys today? I'm gonna scroll up so we can see your team.
Let's see.
Was it Justin Jefferson?
And that was an accident, but
I know.
I'm okay with that. No, I like Jawan Jennings. I'm pretty high
Yeah.
on Jennings right now, especially with Ayuk still, hurt. Who knows if he's coming back with a contract. Yeah, I've been drafting a lot of Jennings anytime I'm drafting.
Same. Him and Pearsall are two of my favorite guys to get a little bit later. Mike, what do you think? How did our team shape up?
By our, you mean
yeah, exactly.
yours?
Oh no, do Erica's, then you can do mine.
I love it. I love going halfway through without a onesie position. So yes to everything. I mean, again, I wanted the rookie receivers two rounds earlier, and we got them both 2 rounds later.
Yeah.
So very happy with that. The one pick I hate is Ollie
Gordon.
I'm sorry.
Rude.
Rude. You're about to win a sports championship in Oklahoma. In Buffalo, we've never won one. My whole life has revolved around it. So, I mean, whatever. So, Ollie Gordon is our ticket to happiness.
Yeah, it's my homer pick. Gotta go that way.
When you draw up the roster and like this is what won BBM. Ollie Gordon might be the Jed Bushler of this team.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Tyquan Thornton would like a word. But, yes.
Oh my God.
Deep cut.
We'll all be on some sort of talk show after winning BBM 6, and they'll want to hear the backstory and all the picks. And Erica will be like, "That was my guy," and he did give us 5 points in week 14. And if he didn't, we would have gotten killed.
If Achane goes out, like, you never know.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I love it. This was so fun. Thank you to everybody who hung out with us tonight over in the chat on the draft. Mike, again, thank you so much for spending your evening with us.
Loved it.
Please tell everybody where they can find you, where they can find your content, what you're working on next. Let the people know.
So right now I'm at my bar in my basement here in Grand Island, New York, Canada, Niagara Falls. The fireworks are ending as it's a few minutes after 10. Weekdays 3 to 7 on the Odyssey app, WGR Sports Radio 550. ADP Chasing runs Tuesday mornings 10 Eastern with Pat Corain, Davis Maddock, Jacob Sanderson. The Deep End, we're hoping, will be firing back up in the summer. We'll do a Scott Fish Bowl live event in Buffalo June 28th. And I'll be at many kids hockey and lacrosse events in Canada, Syracuse, Columbus, Albany, Lake George, Baltimore, and other places in the next 8 weeks. How's that?
Perfect. Are you going to be at the Expo in Vegas this year? Expo and in Vegas?
Probably neither.
Okay.
It's too tough getting around with the kiddies.
Yeah.
But I'll be thinking of you.
We've got to work out something where the beginning of football season does not coincide with kids going back to school. You know, I don't know how we get Roger to fix that, but
the kids sports are like July and then August is open, but depending on where you live, like some kids go back to school in August, mine don't until September here in on the banks of the Upper Niagara. But we should talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll bring that up at the next owners meeting. Get that schedule changed.
Okay.
Again, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Again, go over if you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe, a follow. Make sure you're up to date on all of our information here at the Fantasy and Frames Draft Show, when we're drafting, what we're drafting. We will be back again next week with another draft for you. You can give all of us a follow on all the social medias. Erica is at America with a K 108. Kev is at over K Tompkins II over on Blue Sky. I'm at Stacy _Perez 83 on just about everything. And guys, we will be back again next week, 9 p.m. Until then, see you guys later.